Hello and welcome to another Dreamwinds Equine Assisted Learning Spotlight featuring Megan Sykes of Chiron EAL. Hey everybody, it's Tracy Evans here from Dreamwinds Equine Assisted Learning Centre in Bradford, Ontario, and I'm excited to be bringing you another EAL Spotlight today featuring Megan Sykes of Chiron Equine. Welcome Megan, thanks for joining me.
Hi Tracy, thanks for doing this.
I'd love to know more about your business. I know we've known each other a long time and are thrilled to have you as part of our graduate crew. So tell us about Chiron Equine and some of the programs that you do through there.
So I did the Dreamwinds program in 2015, so 5 years ago now, and I do some equine assisted learning and also some riding coaching. I like to combine the two a little bit in that I like to do a lot of the groundwork and psychology piece with my riders as well. Not that I bring the riding to the EAL part, but I do go the other way a little bit.
Yeah.
And I love having conversations about the way horses think and why it's important and why it's important to take a step back and worry about the people around you and how everybody's feeling. And I think that that brings so much to the table for all kinds of groups of people.
Awesome. Yeah. They're a great complementary business when you think about it, especially for those who already have a riding school. It's a great addition to that. Lots of opens up a whole different market and different ways to think about the horse for sure.
Absolutely.
So what brought you to the field of EAL?
Honestly, I needed a career that was in horses that was going to be more lucrative than running a boarding barn or just coaching, because I know a lot of people in those fields who are wonderful and who are going to be month to month until they die because they'll never retire. That's just the reality of the industry a lot of times. And I had talked with my husband about it. I kept bouncing back and forth from doing barn work and coaching to working in an office somewhere and being miserable. And he finally said, you need to find a way to be in horses because it makes you happy. And you need to find a horse career that makes real grown-up money. And like literally that's how he put it. And I still laugh at that expression to this day, but he was absolutely right. And we started looking at the types of programs that were available that involved me still being able to be in the barn, but that could actually support the kind of lifestyle I want to have. I want to continue to breed and raise my own horses. And I wasn't going to be able to support that unless I was miserable working in an office somewhere.
Yeah.
And that just wasn't going to happen.
Well, that's amazing. And so what do you love most about working in EAL?
I love seeing the change in people. And I especially love seeing how by the end of a session, people feel empowered to advocate for themselves and what they need.
Mm-hmm.
I think in an office environment especially, but also sometimes in a family environment, people sort of get in the habit of just taking the path of least resistance or doing whatever seems the best to the most number of people. And I think that so much magic can happen when people just are willing to say, look, I know myself and this is what I need to be functional. Because that was a huge change for me, was being able to just start saying, look, I need you to make this accommodation and then I can take off.
Yeah.
Like.
Absolutely. Excellent. And do you have a specific story that you'd like to share? Do you have a favorite story from any of the programs that you've been part of?
Most of my favorite stories come back from your corporate programs, because they do obviously come back and work at your place quite a bit. And I love seeing, honestly, I love seeing a lot of the people who are coming back for a second and third time and still having brainstorms, and that moment where they realize that just because they've done this once doesn't mean there's nothing new to learn. Because I think a lot of them come into their second session thinking like, okay, I've got this, I know the solution to the problem. And the moment when they realize it's not about a solution, it's about a skill set, is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That is one of my favorite things. And especially as soon as you get a different horse and a different mix of people into the room, that exercise is a whole new game.
For sure. For sure.
Fantastic. Anything else you'd like to share with us about some of the programs that you're working on or some of your activities that you have planned maybe for the fall this year?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I did have a corporate showcase event that's been put on hold. So we are going to go back and revisit that as soon as possible, because I do have some friends and parents of riding students who work for the city who were looking for something to do with their teams. So I'm really excited to be able to start that again. And then, yeah, for me right now, the only thing I can move forward on is breeding plans for this year.
I'm sure Kevin's thrilled with that. I have to stop my programs, but I can still breed my horse.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hey, if she's standing in the field, she might as well do something
You may as
productive.
well be busy. Exactly. Well, that's amazing. I really appreciate you taking the time today, Megan. And I know we're in unique times with this COVID lockdown, but it's a pleasure to feature your business, and excited to share you with our community and everyone out there, so they know that Chiron Equine is going to be available to bring everyone together when the time comes. And just share with us again where you're located.
I am just south of Cambridge, Ontario.
Fantastic. So anybody in Cambridge, there's a great option out there for fabulous programs. Thanks again, Megan.
Thank you, Tracy.
Have an amazing day.
You too.